was trinkt ihr? Wenn jeder jetzt was trinken tut, dann wird das lustig hier. Wir trinken Bier, das hält uns fit. Und wenn der Morgen streiken tut, dann trinken wir Aquafit.
Again to the beer channel, John Starodumsky here. Tonight I've got a bottle of beer that's kind of a sequel beer, and it's going to be interesting for me because I haven't had the first one in the series actually. The first beer is actually Lagunitas Little Something Something, which a little bit of web browsing and background check tells me is some American IPA, maybe American Pale Ale. I've seen it called both with maybe some wheat thrown in for good measure. Again, I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I haven't tried that beer yet. But what I have had is the big brother, or maybe big sister, with the if you take the label here into context, little Lagunitas Little Something Wild. This one is actually a stronger beer. The little something something is 7.5% alcohol by volume, according to the Lagunitas website, and this one is 8.85% alcohol by volume. This one is actually it's fermented with Westmalle yeast, so it's kind of when I saw the Little Something Wild moniker on there, I kind of thought, well, okay. Is it open fermented? Like a lambic. Beers in the Belgian Zen Valley are from open fermented, and the wild yeast do their magic. So the wild connotation there kind of put me in that frame of mind. But I don't think that's not the case. This is just it's actually fermented with still Belgian Trappist yeast. It's the Westmalle yeast strain, but not wild. Anyway, I'm sure the beer itself is probably pretty wild. I do like Lagunitas beers. I've had this one. I've had already. This is the first time I'll be having it in the bottle. But the past summer, I actually I had it on draft at Taco Mac. And I'm going to go off into a pet peeve of mine. I'm going to go back to beer prices. At Taco Mac, a lot of the craft beers these days, once you get above 7% or so, and some of them even below that, are getting to be what they call short pours, or 11 ounce drafts. So you pay the same price as you would for a pint, you get 11 ounces instead. Now, I have a mug past my Brew University bachelor's. You get to 125 beers, which is the bachelor's level, and you get a 20-ounce mug every time you order a beer. But it doesn't apply to a short pour, which is kind of annoying too. On the plus side, you probably wouldn't want to be drinking a 20-ounce mug of a 10 or 11% beer, and then want to drive home. But a lot of those beers are the same when you get that 11-ounce pour, and then you get the $9 bill for it. That can be a little annoying too. The Lagunitas Little Something Wild at Taco Mac was about $5, maybe $5.25 or so. So that wasn't too bad, and it still came in a 20-ounce pour, which I've noticed a lot about Lagunitas beers. They're pretty reasonably priced, and this bottle again. I think I paid about $5 for it. So in a day and time where craft beer prices are going through the roof, Lagunitas is really one of the best, I think, beer values out there, because their beers are so good. I mean, if the price was low but the beer wasn't that great, then it wouldn't matter. But because it is so good, you definitely get your money's worth with Lagunitas. So let's see what we think about this one, shall we? We've got a Chimay. Got some bubbles going on there. But I got a Chimay Trappist stale glass. Got a light golden color. Maybe a little bit darker golden color. Yeah. And nice creamy head formation going on. Just take a look at that. Soft fruity nose. That's nice. Got some pineapple fruit and funky yeast esters going on. Beers like this, but despite the high alcohol content. I mean, this reminds me of a triple. Maybe a little bit more. It's got a little bit more body than a Trappist triple might, but it's still deceptively. It doesn't seem as strong as the alcohol content really is in this beer. There's a little bit of chewy caramel malt up front, a little toasty, little. There's phenol. It's a little phenolic in the nose and phenolic in the taste as well. And phenolic is a term that we use a lot in the beer world. It can be some beers. It can be bad depending on degrees. It almost tastes like a Band-Aid smells, if you will. This one's a little bit phenolic, but not in a bad way. More of that pineapple fruit and a little bit of caramel, and then definitely some hops in the finish, a little bit more than you would get. In fact, definitely more than you would get in your average Belgian style triple. That's great beer, and it's great beer, bargain for the price of $5. I'm going to recommend it if you like triples. This is like a bigger, stronger one. Triple gold, Belgian strong, golden. They're all in a gray area actually, but this one is an Americanized version with a little bit more hops, and definitely something you'll want to check out. You'll definitely get that funky Belgian yeast flavor in it. Hard to describe unless you've tasted it. I could call it a few things, but wouldn't make any sense. So, other than I just it's unique unto itself, and I prefer just to call it funky Belgian yeast flavors and aromas. So give it a try. For $5, you can't go wrong. You can spend twice that price and buy beers that aren't half as good. And when you do try it, I hope you'll drop me an email, brewguru@brewguru.com. Let me know what you think about it. Check out my website, brewguru.com. Cheers.